so many people want to travel the world, they want to party, but also they want to be a millionaire. Especially at the beginning, you have to put tremendous amount of time and energy to get something going. Happy Money Mindset Monday. I am back with another video to help you elevate your mindset when it comes to money and wealth building habits. In this video, I'll react to 3 videos that my team have picked. And the reason I like to react to these videos is because there are a lot of brilliant people already sharing with them. And I'd like to put in my perspective to help you elevate your game, because money mindset is something you need to develop. It doesn't happen overnight. Just like you take a shower every day, you need to think about money, learn about money if you truly want to build wealth. If I implemented some of these tips and strategies, I would have become self-made millionaire much faster than I did. So that's my goal with these videos. So let's dive in and watch some of these videos and I'll give you my perspective.
What was the best financial advice that you've ever received throughout your lifetime?
You know, I was very lucky because, as I told you earlier, I started washing cars and boats for very wealthy people. And what I found is the wealthier the people, the more they wanted to help me as a young kid. And maybe they saw a part of themselves in me and they wanted to give me that value. And what they were telling me back then, which is even more relevant today, is don't count other people's money. And so many people are looking at other people and they're seeing things that really aren't real. People get so caught up in what other people have and keeping up with the Joneses, and they're buying things and spending money on things they really can't afford. So much of
So there's so many great points in this video. Number one, he said, the more you talk to wealthier people, the more they're willing to, share the wisdom and help you out. And the reason that happens because a lot of these people, look at this guy, started out washing cars. And that's exactly what happens. I used to think that some of these wealthy people are just somehow magically they become wealthy, or maybe they inherited money. And when I lived in Aspen at age 20, that's exactly what I did. I talked to very, very wealthy people and I asked them, how did you become wealthy? How can you afford paying for a hotel room? That was like 20 years ago, $1,000 a night. And that was just a surprise to me how willing they were to share the wisdom. So half the battle is just asking. Here you are watching these videos of me sharing the wisdom, what helped me to become a self-made millionaire. But that's something so important. So many people forget that just by simply asking wealthy people, what did they do to become wealthy? It's super important. The other thing, what he said, don't count other people's money.
$2,600.
That's all?
Before taxes.
So many people are constantly obsessed about what others do and have, and they forget to really look inwards. How are you doing? Are you getting better? Is your net worth growing? Don't worry what other people are doing. It doesn't matter. Like he said, most people are faking it because they think it's so important what the world thinks of you and how you look and how you're perceived. What matters is the reality. Are you getting better? Are you paying off your debts? Are you building wealth every single day? That's the only thing should matter, is what's going on with you.
Rule number 1 of creating wealth: never ever work for a sexy established company. If you work for a sexy established company, no one knows you. If you quit, you get fired, you're just another employee ID. Go to a company, help it become sexy, established, be a leader, own a piece, you'll become wealthy. Rule number.
Wow. So this is a very, very powerful piece of advice from Patrick. That's so true. If you find a big company, unless you have a very well-paid job and you are compensated really well and you're doing something that you love, great. But if you're starting out and you want to make a name for yourself, find a smaller company. Find a company where you can, number one, get mentorship from somebody. So for example, people who come and work for me, like a Dylan behind the scenes right now, recording and taking behind the scenes social media footage. I talk to him a lot about money and wealth building, and he can ask me questions. He has direct access to me. If he was working at some big company, maybe answering phones or doing whatever, he would not have that proximity to me, and therefore he would not be acquiring skills and knowledge that he can access from me and grow rapidly within my company. So that's why I think that's so smart what he says. Finding a smaller company, make a name for yourself, become the best you can, and help that company grow, and you will grow with that company so much faster. I remember a woman at one of the conferences, she was telling a story how this guy hired her right out of college as to be executive assistant. And, years later, she was the CEO of that company, at a big company that would not happen most likely. But because the company was so small, she was so working directly with a founder of that business, pretty quickly she became the CEO of the company. So there's a lot more opportunities when you work with a smaller business and help that business grow and you will be growing with it much, much faster. So my team has picked one more video. So the third one, let's watch and see what the wisdom is here and give you my reaction.
You have no money, you have no reputation, you have no status, you have no past success. Everything that you have to give right now is the one thing that you have the most of, which is energy and time. Like when you are young, you have energy and time. And as you get older, you have less energy and you have less time. And so you trade the things you have now for the things that you want. And later, when you have some of those things, you'll be able to trade some of those too. But you don't have any of those yet. And so you have to just trade the one thing you've got.
Wow, right? So many people are, especially young people, want to succeed, but they don't have connections, they don't have experience, they don't have money, they don't have so many things that somebody who's older have. Like I have now a lot more money, I have resources, I have so much more than I did in my 20s. But when you are in your 20s and sometimes even in 30s, you don't have much. And the only thing you have is your time, is your hunger, it's your persistence. And you have that energy and time that people who are older wish they had. So that's the one thing, the two things you have energy and you have time, and you have to leverage that. That's why so many people want to travel the world, they want to party, but also they want to be a millionaire. Especially at the beginning, you have to put tremendous amount of time and energy to get something going. Once you get things going, it's so much easier. Like for example, now I'm 43 and I have two kids, young kids, 6 and 3. It's so much easier for me to be there for them financially with my time because I have money. I worked for 20 years. I built multiple businesses and I am where I am. So now I have more time. But when I was in my 20s, I didn't have much money. I had time. And I worked 6 days, sometimes even 7 days a week to get my businesses going. And now it's so much easier. So if you're young and hungry and ambitious, realize you have two assets. It's energy and time. And leverage that, give you all, and soon enough, you'll have all the other things that will help you propel your business much, much faster and create more freedom. So I hope you enjoyed watching this episode. As always, I want to say thank you for being here with me, because money mindset does not happen by accident. Wealth mindset doesn't happen by accident. You need to feed your mind information like this so that your mindset is healthy around money and wealth building, and you develop the right habits. So I appreciate you being here with me. If you got some value, as always, hit that thumbs up button. Consider subscribing to this channel because we drop videos every single week on money, entrepreneurship, and wealth building. So if you like those topics, make sure you subscribe, and please drop below your questions and I'll personally come back and respond to them and help you become wealthier faster than I did. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.